Hello again, folks, and welcome to Black Bear Outdoors. Today we're going to be talking about ammo, and in particular we're going to be talking about the Russian Barnaul steel-cased 223 62 grain boat tail hollow points. That's a mouthful. Now, personally, I'm no expert in the use of steel-cased ammo, but what I have found out through some research online and talking to a few people is that steel-cased ammo has been around for decades and people have been using it, so they're pretty legit. The only thing that a steel-cased round might do is, because the steel that they use for the round is not as malleable as the brass, it doesn't mold to the chamber so well when you shoot it, so it might be a little bit more difficult for the extractor to pull it out. And I know there's been some tests done, I believe it was by Lucky Gunner or somebody, and where they fired thousands of rounds through barrels in a short period of time, and it did show that steel-cased ammo actually does wear the barrel a tiny little bit more than brass case ammo. But that being said, you know, for the average shooter, you're not going to put thousands of rounds through a rifle in an extremely short period of time, because barrel wear is mostly about heat and less about number of rounds, right? So that being said, I am in no way advocating the use or non-use of steel-cased ammo. I'm just telling you what we're doing, right? So today what we're going to do is we're going to take a closer look at the ammo on the table. Then we'll take it outside and then we'll put it to the test, see how it runs, see if it's accurate and so forth. All right, folks, now that we've got the rounds on the table, let's take a look at the packaging we got here. So it clearly states that it's non-corrosive ammo. It's a 62 grain hollow point boat tail, and with the polymer coating on the steel case, right? Now, when you open these up, you'll see they're just packaged to save money in brown paper. Now, if you look at the rounds on the table, on the left we got a Hornady Frontier 223 round, which is with the brass case, and on the right you can see the steel cased version here. Now with this round, you'll see the color is completely different. It's got like a matte gray color, and it's got a kind of rubbery feel to the touch, to be honest. You know, you're expecting cold steel, but it's not, and that's due to the polymer coating. Now the polymer coating is there to help with the extraction of it and also prevents corrosion. If you look at the bullet tip there, I hope you can see that on camera. It's got a tiny little cavity there, which makes it a hollow point. All right, guys, let's take it outside and see how well these work. So what we're going to do next, guys, is we're going to take our test rifle, which is the WSMCR, made by Spectre Limited out of Ontario. And we're going to be shooting at our steel target, which is about 100 yards down range. It's a 2/3 size IPSC target, and we're going to see how well these feed out of two different styles of magazines. Firstly, the Elanders steel USGI mag, and the second one that represents the polymer mags would be a very popular one, the Gen 3 P mag. Now, what we're going to look at is whether they feed well, whether they cycle well, and how well they eject. Stay tuned. All right, folks, so they cycle properly out of both those types of magazines. It's ejecting well, it's feeding well, no problems yet. How about accuracy? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a target up at 100 yards. And we're going to shoot off the prone, and we'll take 3 shots at the target, and we'll see if it's serviceable. So there you go, guys. In regards to accuracy, these are absolutely fine and perfectly acceptable accuracy for what it is. Another thing that we were wondering about, because this is something that is going around online, and that they're saying that the Russian steel-cased hollow points do not expand. They just act like normal 5.56 full metal jackets. So we thought we were going to put that to the test. So what we did is we took 2 water cooler bottles full of water, and the first one is a 15 liter and the second one is an 18 liter. So the idea is we're going to shoot that round through the first bottle, hopefully catch it in the second one, because water is the perfect expansion medium for rounds, right? So let's see what happened. As you can see, the 62 grain hollow point completely obliterated our 15 liter water bottle, but it did not penetrate the second bottle. So when we looked closer, we could see that there wasn't any expansion, but there was a lot of fragmentation. So what we decided to do is we decided to fire another shot at the 18 liter bottle and see if we get the same result. So again, we see a lot of destruction, a lot of fragmentation, and no expansion. So what did we learn from today's testing? Firstly, we learned that our MCR cycles these rounds perfectly, no problems, feeds well, ejects perfectly, not an issue. We also learned that there's no problem with the accuracy of these rounds. And when it came to expansion of the hollow points, that they don't actually expand, however, they do fragment quite a lot. So what does that mean? For us, that means if you're shooting at something like a coyote that you don't want to eat, great round, because it's going to do a lot of damage and you don't have to worry about too much over penetration. If you're going to be shooting at something that you can eat, not that you can do that in Alberta at all because you can't hunt with .223, but if you're somewhere where you can and you want to shoot something that you're going to eat, you probably want to use a different round that's going to expand rather than fragment. So guys, it looks like it's a viable option that's relatively inexpensive, and in this ammo crunch, you know, more people are looking at using steel-cased ammo rather than brass because of the expense, firstly, as well as the availability. So if you learned something new, guys, or enjoyed our video, please give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. On the next page, going to look like a black bear badge. Please leave us a comment down below. These really help us out to survive in the vast wasteland of content out here on YouTube. Y'all stay safe, and we'll see you next time.